I will pull out h. Can anyone tell us what are the remaining terms? Because if we said 3, I have to have 3 terms here. So there are 3 terms, and I have to have 3 terms in parentheses. And then I will say stop again, and I will write note 2. Age from the denominator must simplify. I'm not saying that there is no age left in the final answer. I'm only saying that age from the denominator must simplify. So can anyone tell us what to write here?
Age into 2x.
2x.
Plus h plus 2.
Excellent. So that's why, look what happens. Do not simplify in a sum. Do not simplify age with its age or something like that, please. You have to show that you factor out age and you are simplifying factors. So the final simplified form is 2x plus age plus 2. What is this? It's almost the instantaneous rate of change of the function. It's almost the slope of the tangent line. Well, something follows here when, and we will learn that when. Okay? Any questions? Well, all this work was for the quadratic function. Now we move on to the radical. I cannot stress enough how many times you should be doing this just to make sure you understood each and every step. So the function now is f of x equals the square root of 2x minus 1. For this one, the difference quotient, the starting, it's easier. The starting point is easier. So what is a difference quotient? Can anyone tell us how to write it for this function? Anyone?
We have to replace
Yes.
X with X plus H.
Good.
First.
Good.
Part.
Perfect. How do I write it?
The square root of 2 times the quantity of X plus H minus 1.
Excellent. That's all I needed. Thank you so much. Great job. Good. Moving on. So first I have to distribute. So I have 2x plus 2h minus 1 minus the square root of 2x minus 1 divided by h. Now I see 2 radicals in the numerator, and there is a procedure that we learned a long time ago called rationalizing. And you can say, but we don't rationalize the numerator. Well, sometimes we have to. We only rationalize the denominator, yes, but sometimes we have to rationalize the numerator. Rationalizing the numerator. And I'm coming back to the first thing we discussed, which is the difference of squares. So see here, this is a minus b. So this is a minus b. So I need to multiply by a plus b to get this. So, but I'm multiplying and dividing by a plus b. So I have the square root of 2x plus 2h minus 1 plus the square root of 2x minus 1, and I have to divide by the same thing, 2x plus 2h minus 1 plus the square root of 2x minus 1. So did I change anything? No. No, because all this is 1. Multiplying by 1 is not going to change anything. But now I multiply the denominators. I continue. Do not distribute the factors in the denominator. They have to stay as is, as they are. But now I have to multiply a minus b by a plus b. And as we refreshed our memory at the beginning, all I have to write is this squared minus this squared. Can anyone tell us what to write at the top? And don't forget, after we multiply, two things have to happen. All terms without age must go away from the numerator, and age in the denominator must simplify. If these two don't happen, something is terribly wrong. We have to start from scratch. And I'm ready. Can anyone give us the numerator?
Would it just be what's on the numerator for the difference quotient, but without the radical signs?
Yes, but please remember, we have to put parentheses, because if we don't, you may forget to distribute. Okay, 2x plus 2h minus 1 minus 2x plus 1 over h, the square root of 2x plus 2h plus 1 plus the square root of 2x minus 1. Of course, I meant minus 1 in here, not plus. I can't change anything there. Good. All terms without age must go away. They do. Step number 1 is happening. Sorry. Step number 2 is happening. So I have 2 over the square root of 2x plus 2h minus 1 plus the square root of 2x minus 1. What is this? It's almost the instantaneous rate of change, almost the slope of the tangent line. I shouldn't stop there. There is a condition where the function is differentiable, but we don't know about what that means. So this exists under certain conditions. But I can't talk about the conditions right now, but we will in this class. Any questions? So finally, we reach the rational function. That's page 8. Any questions, anyone, please? So the difference quotient. Can anyone give us the first part?
Would it be x plus 8 over x plus h plus 1?
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay. The third function is also different than the other two. Of course, they are all different. Good. For this one, I need the least common denominator for the numerator. Can anyone tell us the least common denominator of x plus h plus 1 and x plus 1? Which one is the least common denominator? Anyone, please? Anyone, please?
X plus H plus 1.
Anyone else?
Would you have to multiply the two together?
Very
The
good.
two denominators?
Yes. Let's talk about this.
Yes.
Okay, so if I need to add or subtract 1/2 to 1/3, 1/2 minus 1/3, I have to find the least common denominator, and it's always multiplication. They don't have any common factors, so the least common denominator is 6. 2 was multiplied by 3. I have to multiply the numerator by 3. This is not a fraction line. This is a reminder. You multiply 2 by 6, you have to multiply, you multiplied 2 by 3 to get 6, so you have to multiply the numerator by the same thing. 3 was multiplied by 2 to get 6, so that's why I have to multiply by 2 the numerator as well. 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2, and I get 1 over 6. That's why these two have nothing in common. X plus 1 is a factor by itself. X plus H plus 1 is a factor by itself, like in my tiny little example here with 1/2 and 1/3. The least common denominator must be the product of the two. Exactly how I use the tiny little reminder, I will do the same thing here. What is the reminder, or what I need to multiply the numerator by? Well, this was multiplied by what to get this product?
X plus 1.
Right, so that's why I have to multiply by x plus 1. Excellent. Now, x plus 1 was multiplied by what to get this product?
X plus H plus 1.
Now, careful, slowly, let's multiply. The reason why I don't want to write them side by side is because some students tend to simplify, and that will be terrible. So let's do this together. These should be side by side, and I have to FOIL. I have no choice here. Instead of writing them side by side, I write x times x, x squared, x times h, plus xh, 1 times x, x, 1 times h, h. Now here, careful, because you are multiplying these three terms by negative x. So I have negative x squared, negative xh, and minus x. Remember the two rules or notes. All terms without h must go away. If they don't, I'll say oops. So let's see. Yes. Even more, fine, even better. Yes. X squared with negative x squared, xh with negative xh, and x with negative x. These two were not supposed to, but if they go away, it's even better. These were not forced. They happened. Awesome. So then I copy the fraction from the top, and I flip the denominator because that's a division. So this is h over x plus 1, x plus h plus 1, but times 1 over h. And here it is. Second rule happens, and the final simplifying form is this. What is this? Almost the instantaneous rate of change, almost the slope of the tangent line at any point where something happens, but I can't say it because we're not there yet. Any questions? Now, with all this preparation, we can start 2.1. Chapter 2, Section 1.
I have a question with the,
Yes.
I think it's back with the one prior, well, also this one. So like this one, with that denominator that we just ended up with. You're good with us keeping it like that.
Oh,
And
yes,
also
please, please,
prior to
yes, yes, yes. Let me write it for everyone to see. Never multiply factors in the denominator. Please, please, do not multiply factors in the denominator. This is it. Don't touch that, please. So notice what happens here. There is still h left in the problem. The tiny little bit is still left in the problem. That's why this is not exactly the instantaneous rate of change. It's not exactly the instantaneous, right? Or the slope of the tangent, because this h is still there. So there is still a gap between P and Q. What is the gap? H. That's why it's almost, but not exactly. Good. Other questions, please? Okay. So stay with me. We're on page 9. I'm trying to get back to the book. Most probably I am logged out. They're dying to log me out all the time. Are you still there? Yes, I'm here. Yes, yes, I'm here. Yes. They're dying to log me out. Okay. So, of course, we are going back where we should be.